is good.
Live is good. Welcome to Monring Coins with John and Chaz. I'm John.
Chaz.
How are you today?
Doing good. Weather is really crappy here in Michigan.
Sorry about
We've
that.
gone all the way from freezing rain to 45-mile-an-hour winds, and now we're dealing with snow coming down. So it's just a crazy drive, you know. And I fell in a parking lot yesterday.
Oh, no.
Because people they're not taking care of the parking lots. They just, I don't know what the deal
Right.
is.
Too cold to go out there and chisel ice, I guess.
Yeah, I know. But, they got these things called trucks with plows on the front. They could probably.
Was it a store?
No, it was a business that I was going into to talk to someone, and it was like an industrial park type of thing. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah, so they had not plowed their driveway at all, and it's been that way for a while, I guess.
Yeah, that stinks.
Yeah, but I came out of it all right.
Okay. Well, let's get into it. We're gonna present you with a library of information today.
And we are. And I'm excited about this. I actually, when I started it, I'm going, oh, yeah, another platform for posting video. But when I started digging into it, this looks very good. So.
Okay, I like it. Yeah.
So let me read the disclaimer.
Let's do it.
Cryptocurrencies.
Let's have you share your screen before we do that, just so.
Sure.
Yep.
Let me do that. Sharing screen.
We're taking a little bit of a load off my computer, everybody, because we were getting a lot of encoding overload type stuff. So Chaz is going to take over the screen sharing. Just give me a second. Bear with me, everyone, while I get this centered on the page so everyone can see it. So I just got to make that a little bit smaller. It's going to take a second for those of you watching live. I got probably a bunch of overlay stuff that I don't need here. So. Come on. Oh, boy. All right, I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Woo! So, guys, I'm just changing this around so you can see all the slides and none of them get cut off. I'm going to go ahead and move this chat over here. And I will work on the formatting of all that stuff some other time. Make it a little bigger, so if you are watching live, you can bring your chat in there. And let's roll.
Okay, so our disclaimer is cryptocurrencies, futures, stocks, and options trading involves substantial risk of loss and are not suitable for every investor. The valuation of cryptocurrencies, futures, stocks, and options may fluctuate, and as a result, clients may lose more than their original investment. All investments discussed on this show are for informational purposes only and are not recommendations to buy or sell.
Amen.
So that's, I just ran into a little thing I never ran into before. My cursor isn't operating on the screen share.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Well, in the meantime, thanks, Vim, for your upvotes. We appreciate you guys and the work that you're doing, providing us a platform not only to broadcast live, but these are also embedded. Any channel that I have where I broadcast on Vim, I also have the embedded player on our G1NBC pages. So that's our website that Charles and I represent, and our station directors on. And so we're glad. We also have a cannabis network, and the Greenhouse Radio people that broadcast on Vim also have an embedded player on that network. So it's a G1NBC is a good platform to embed these players and build a broader decentralized network community of live streamers. So,
Absolutely. And we may come up with another platform here for embedding on G1NBC. So let's get started, John.
all right.
I put a few links up today, not as many as I usually do, but it gives us more time to look at the platforms we're covering today.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Article from Medium: Blockchain is the future of business. And we're seeing more and more people coming around to the fact that the blockchain is an important technology. And the naysayers are probably going to start wilting under the heat.
Uh-oh.
The second one there, XRP, CoinGate enables XRP payments at over 4,500 online shops.
Okay.
Wow, that's big.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So uh, it's just a matter of time for XRP, I think, in the market in general as well. Third one there is 90% of finance pros think crypto is good. And what they mean is finance professionals think the blockchain will have a positive impact on finance. I think so.
Sure.
I mean, we're already seeing results of it.
Sure.
You know, you and I are members of various platforms that makes money, right? And
Mm-hmm.
what we're going to do today is we're going to look at another
Tokens.
one.
They make tokens.
Yeah, well, it's convertible into money, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So it's like buying a car, right? It has some value to it. LBRY is what we're covering today. LBRY is, at first I thought, all right, here's another platform. I got to come up with something. But as I dug into this, I see a lot of potential, not just for, content sharing, but as far as people who have major channels like on YouTube and other various platforms where, YouTube sort of takes their big cut and leaves everybody else, with a small piece if they get anything.
Right. Right.
And LBRY works on a totally different idea than that. There's no advertising, first of all, as far as, there's no third party involved that's going to come in and they're going to not insert ads into your content so that they can make money on it.
Okay.
But let's look at the first slide here. It says LBRY is a digital media library at your fingertips that can store any kind of content and make it available at low cost on demand. In a few years' time, LBRY may become your one-stop shop for everything digital, from ebooks to video games to movies. One app to rule them all, but still leaving more power in your hands because it is decentralized by design.
Okay.
And we're going to see her in coming up here that we're going to just explore my account because I've opened up an account with LBRY, and we're going to see that you can actually set up your own channels on here.
Okay.
And it's opposed to just posting individual posts or putting it in a group. We can compare this to Hyperspace too, that we covered last time.
Yeah, they all seem very similar.
Yeah, different. I think the LBRY is oriented more towards a commercial endeavor. That's the way I see it.
Okay.
As opposed to Hyperspace, which is more personal or retail, I guess you could call it. But we'll look at it and we'll see. It says if you watch YouTube, imagine paying a few cents to eliminate all ads. 100% of the payment will go directly to the content creator. They'll still be earning more than YouTube offers, so they'll want to make even more of the content you love. Interesting. Do you use BitTorrent? Imagine getting paid to seed files into the network. Awesome.
Okay.
And LBRY is a digital media library at your fingertips. It can store any kind of content and make it available at low cost on demand in a few years' time. So I just somehow I got the top in there and the bottom. But one thing I did notice though, and we're going to look at this, is my first post exploded and didn't. I got it. The post came up in a thumbnail, but it couldn't play the video, and that was my fault
Okay.
because I used the wrong format.
The wrong
So
file format.
I used, I think I used the AVI format for the video. And I said, okay, that's my mistake. I went back and started digging through their help files and found out that they prefer MP4
Right.
for web hosting. And so I said, okay. So I converted it to MP4, and now I get sound but no video. So there's some issues here with the platform as far as being able to get your easily get your content online. I contacted them. They're very responsive on their help. People are very responsive. They get back to you quickly, and they suggested that I use a thing called Handbrake, which converts
Right.
videos to a usable form for the web. Handbrake is, understatement would be, it's complicated.
It's not complicated.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of, you see all the buttons on the screen.
You see them, but you only need 3 or 4.
But you don't know that.
Well, just let me know. I'll give you a handbrake training. It's easy to encode.
Sure,
It really is.
I did finally get one encoded. I have not attempted to upload it yet.
Okay.
So that's going to come up here in a little while.
Well, we'll see if you did it right.
Yeah, we'll see. Now I need to share a different screen with you here. Hang on a second.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Monring Coins with John and Chaz. While he's bringing that up, you see the number down below. You go to zoom.us and type in that 468-186-430 as your room number. Sharon says LBRY's come a long way since he first heard of it. So hopefully we're going to find that out as soon as he brings up the next screen. Or you can call in with your mobile device, 646-558-8656, and then just enter that 468 number once you get in, if you want to come in and chat live.
Okay, there's my screen. Hang on a second for me. Do you see the Hyperspace screen, or am I still on the slides?
Yeah, I see your Hyperspace screen.
Okay. So I want to go back to, because LBRY, here's one difference is Hyperspace is a web application. LBRY is an application on your computer.
Okay, that's interesting.
Let's see if this works. Yeah. Do you see the LBRY app?
Yep.
Okay. It looks, very similar to a lot of other apps or things on the internet. So what I wanted to do though is I wanted to explore.
Okay.
And when you set this up, they actually walk you through a lot of the process, which is good. And so I was able to walk my way through. This happens to be a featured content that they have up, but as I can scroll down here, you'll see that there's a lot of other content on here. So we're not lacking for content on this page right now, or on this platform. You can set up a channel, a YouTube channel. You can actually sync your YouTube channel to this, and which I'm in the process of attempting to do.
Okay.
So you can actually take, if you have a YouTube channel, you can sync your videos to LBRY. So it's a little bit of a process to do. You have to go to a website. You have to enter some information in about your YouTube account, but you can actually go there and do that. One thing I thought was really cool was that, let's go into rewards, is that you can actually get rewards for accomplishing certain tasks, like subscribing to a channel watching 10 videos, setting up certain types of services on it. So, and there's a referral over here. You see, there's a referral
Yep.
reward too. So you can invite people to the LBRY platform, and you get paid for that. Currently, in my wallet, I have 46.6.
Look at you, just racking them up.
Yeah, and it's not a very hard thing to do.
Is this an ERC20 token or what?
You know what? I didn't look at that. I was going to focus more on the actual platform itself. I'm not sure where it's built on. I think it is, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
So you can send and receive LBC. It can show you your transactions. I like the interface. The interface is really good. Get credits. Here's a reward. You have received 24 LBC in unclaimed rewards. So there's some more things I have to do in order to get those rewards. And then there's, let's see here. Let's go to, here's where I ran into my Waterloo. And that the first one here. Now, I like this option. There's some options here when you have a post. You can put it up for free and accept tips, or you can decide that you want to charge per view.
Okay.
Or a charge for a download. So, and their limitations they don't limit you. So, literally, you could put up a channel or a video for use to other content providers. Let's say G1 NBC Cleveland or Cuyahoga County wants this video to show or this series to show on your station. Somebody could say, "Look, you want these? $500."
Gotcha.
So there's a great subscription feature to this.
So then you can also build in broadcasting rules or not copyright, but Creative Commons licensing protocols into your work.
Yes.
Right? So you can say, here's here's the price, and you can use this for even commercial purposes, da 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 da. Or here's this, it's free to share, and all you have to do is meet these requirements.
Right. So
Okay.
I think this is awesome platform for that type of business. That's why I called it more of a commercial oriented platform, because now you can actually sell your work. So if you're a professional videographer or movie maker, you can put the movie on this platform and charge for it.
Right.
Or you can put it out there for free.
And Sharon just said that there's a front end that he uses for LBRY, or that he recently found for LBRY. It's called spee.ch. So it's just a different front end for LBRY. And then thanks everyone for your upvotes. Sir Jaxie, your average guy, appreciate it.
I did see that. I haven't investigated it yet because I was just trying to. My major thrust recently was just to get a video on there that someone could watch.
Right.
One thing that can happen is if you put a free video up or you mark it as free, you can actually, there's a tip process that you can use to see if I can get one of these opened up. That you can actually give someone a tip, even if it's free. Let me just pause this for a minute. Not used to the slow moving cursor.
See? So,
there we go. Okay.
Hold on one second. Before you hit play on that,
yep.
the audio isn't going to come through unless you've checked the right boxes on your screen share.
And, you know, and I guess I'm not interested in listening to the audio, but what I wanted to point out was this part here that I'm showing now. It says send a tip.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to click on that. I'm
Okay.
subscribed to this channel. So you can put in there amount of tip that you want to send in LBC and
What's
send them.
LBC versus LBRY?
Well, LBC is their token.
Oh, LBRY is just the short name. So it's not called
Yeah,
LBRY. It's
called LBRY, but it's LBRY is what they chose for the name.
oh boy, I'm already confused.
Yeah.
LBC is that's Long Beach, isn't it? Long Beach, California.
I don't know what
Like, is
acronyms we're
this
using
backed by
these.
Snoop Dogg?
No, I haven't seen him anywhere.
No. All right. I figured he'd be all in on LBC tokens.
Right. Yeah, he might. You never know. This could be a platform that could be used by many musicians, which I have a ton of ideas for this already. So, one of my things I want to do is I want to follow a band that's a halfway decent band, and I want to follow. It's called From Practice to Performance, and I
Mm-hmm.
want to follow them through their practices up until the time they do a performance. And one of the things that I want to do in that is we're going to get playing tips from the musicians. So it's just not going to be totally reality
Right.
television. It's going to be something that's going to be valuable that somebody can use, is, you know, because they're going to share the experience.
Gotcha. I like it.
So, and this one here, I'm showing the share button. I hit the share button, and so there's a web link you can use,
Mm-hmm.
and there is the speed.ch speech link, which is the other front end, right? And then there's a LBRY app link that you can use. And underneath, of course, there's the Facebook, Twitter, and I don't know what that one is. The world view on speech. Okay, so that one's view on speech. The world.
That's the speech is the one that Sharon just mentioned. I would bet.
Yes,
Yep,
yes.
it is.
So I'm going to look into that further.
Okay.
So, but there's a way to share your content as well. So this part of it's well thought out on there. So there are various ways that you can make money on your videos. You can put it out there for free, and someone likes it, they can tip you. If you want to, you can place a price per view on it.
Mm-hmm.
I need to look into that more and see how exactly we can form that and do it. But I thought this was really thought out well. The problems I'm running into, of course, are the uploading of the videos. I'm sure that there's a formula I can use to get this done right. Once I get that down, I'll start loading up more videos. And of course, you can sync your YouTube channel, which I have in the process of doing. I haven't completed yet.
So, and when you say sync your YouTube channel, does that mean that each of the videos that you've already posted will come up on here as individual videos that can be like liked and shared and all that stuff? Is
That
that
is
the
an excellent
intention?
question, because
Ah,
I am trying to do it. I want to see what happens so I can
okay,
speak from experience
right.
on it. So,
You're hoping for a LBC windfall once that's done.
well, I'm hoping for a few dollars to come in. I have made zero on YouTube, so right.
Right. Well, you don't have
So
10,000 followers.
no, I don't.
Neither do I.
But it doesn't matter here how many followers you have. One person can send you one LBC or even a fraction of one if they wanted
Mm-hmm.
to do that. I'm going back to the home, see if we can get back there. Okay. And the platform itself, I think, is very easy to maneuver. The sidebar there with the menu choices is good. I like that. You can subscribe to channels. just like on YouTube. So I think this is in fact one of the this is going to be a major player in the content platform world.
Okay.
So now I want to jump over to Hyperspace.
Wait a minute. That's kind of a hyper leap.
It is.
Just
We're
going
going
from
for it.
LBRY back to your next favorite content sharing platform?
Well, I want to do a little comparison.
Okay.
Okay, so here's my account on Hyperspace. Now, I haven't been on LBRY that long, so I can't compare numbers as far as how much money comes in. But Hyperspace is a UBI, it's a universal basic income platform. So I get money every 24 hours. I get, or I should say, tokens every 24 hours that come into my account, but I'm required to use them, or not all of them, but use a portion of them to what they call amplify. Facebook, it's a thumbs up, up votes on Steam it, but their version of that is amplify. And as you can see on the screen here, my balance currently is 277. They do not activate those right away. You have to wait a short period of time to activate them.
Okay.
So there's 126 tokens that are inactive. They call them AMPs, AMP.
Okay.
And I have 151 active tokens.
Okay.
Now I've spent, by upvoting or amplifying others, 195 of those tokens so far.
Okay.
Income from my post, or post income from my post and others, 149. That's a pretty good ratio. So my net outflow is not very big at all.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I've received 321 in universal basic income. Up here at the top, you see the clock ticking off. When that clock ticks down, I'm going to get more amps. I'm going to get amped up.
And what's the name of Hyperspace's token?
AMP, AMP.
Oh, AMP. Okay, I'm just looking
for
at
amplify.
LBC is 2 cents currently, and AMP is 1 cent.
Yeah, so yeah, we're on the low side, but then there's all this potential, upside potential, when the market starts looking better. And these are two active platforms.
Yeah, it looks like LBRY's been around since 2016, moving forward and doing all their stuff. And Hyperspace was Scenario, so now
Yes.
they're Hyperspace.
So in this one, I think this platform the user interface is really good. It's easy to use. It's easy to post to. It's easy to amplify other people's posts. And let's just take a look here. This is a cryptocurrency post. So all I would have to do is, I'm going to do it here, to amplify or upvote this post. Hit the amplify button, choose the amount, and I'm done. That's all there is to it. And it comes off my total. They have different spaces here. I have not subscribed to all the spaces, but I've subscribed to these particular spaces. In order to create your own space, you need to have 1,000 amps before you can create your own space.
That's
so
cool,
if I go down here,
I like that, and I like that it's integrated in.
So I just tried to create a space. It says the bad news is you need 1,000 amps to create a space. The good news, you can earn more amps by being active in your spaces. So you can be a curator here, and you actually make more amps for being a curator.
Right. So if I were to project this over to Steam, so for example, a lot of Steamians love to use Discord, and they have a lot of Discord servers. They run MSP Waves through Discord. It's where they do a lot of the chats and community building and stuff like that. This basically is integrating that Discord and calling them spaces. So Google Plus kind of used to do the same thing where they would allow that. So there might be a front end in the future on Steam that looks similar to this, that integrates those communities in a way where it's accessible for people and they don't have to figure it out. It's just more you see it and you can go there and join.
Yeah, the intuitiveness of a lot of platforms, because we're in the early stages yet, is tough sometimes. Like Hyperspace, I think, has done a good job with the intuitiveness. I mean, you can get on here and you can get active really quick and post things really fast, and there's not too much bumps in the road. LBRY, on the other hand, great looking interface,
Hmm.
great concept, but posting videos and content, if I'm sure that I haven't tried to post anything but video yet, but just posting a photo would be um, easier. Posting video for me has been sort of problematic. It wasn't easy, but once I figure it out, it'll be okay. It's just it was a little bumpy to get
Gotcha.
started.
Okay.
And the other thing is here on LBRY, I've created my own channel, so I'm going to begin, and that was what the part of it was. My channel is at Media Resort. So I'm want to create a channel for places where people can post their videos and we can upload videos to creative content providers.
Right.
So it could be music, movies, whatever we get our hands on.
Gotcha. Now, so okay, that's interesting. Do you know if so? One of the interesting things about Steam is that a person makes a post, and then people can comment on that post and also upvote those comments as well. So you can actually have like a string of content where that's all related, but that it's individualized where even down to comments or pictures or stuff like that can get upvotes. Is Hyperspace set up that way?
I haven't seen your ability to upvote a comment. Well, let's take a look because there's some comments.
Okay,
Let
because
me find one.
here's what I'm thinking is like I think a couple platforms will survive in this like content creation, tokenizing content creation and building communities game. I think there is room for a couple. You and I are big fans of interoperability, so it's like, how can we get different chains to talk with each other in order to take a more competitive advantage towards other projects? But then the other one is how can some of these even coexist if they're not integrated? And so I'm always trying to think, which one's going to win, which ones can work together, and which ones can be synergistically combined to create a game changer. I don't
I think
know.
it's
I
going to be
just
the
like to
evolution
I
part
just
of
like to
this.
think about shit like that.
Yeah, this is going to be the evolutionary part of these platforms is how far reaching can they be by integrating with other
All
platforms.
right, so you have your comments here. Can you upvote someone's comment and send them an amp by an upvote?
I do not see any of that available there.
Okay. So to me, that's a competitive advantage that Steam still has, but that doesn't mean that they can't use Hyperspace and then go and create a comment thread on Steam or some type of that where you have people that use Hyperspace and then everybody shares their Hyperspace links under there and you upvote it with Steam as well. So I don't know. It's interesting.
It is interesting because I've been thinking about that as well, how we can link these things together and, work them over as best we can or work the system. Now, one thing on Hyperspace I'm experimenting with, and I think I've noticed something is that I'm going to go back to the homepage here real quick, and they currently these are sorted by the hottest topics. And if you'll notice down here, you'll see that there are some big money or big token amounts coming in. I'm not going to call it money. I know you hate that. So let's look at this one here. What I think I'm seeing is that if you amplify someone who already has a lot of amplifications, you're going to
Right?
make a lot more money. So I've seen huge bumps in the amount of money coming back or tokens coming back to me if I amplify a very popular post.
Sure.
So I've
Sounds right.
I've done this several times, and I'm writing them down. I'm going to go back and see, if that in fact is an advantage to get more tokens is by focusing on the higher uh, profile
How does that help the little
posts.
guy?
Well, when you say little guy, what do you mean?
Let's say your account.
So that's what I'm saying is me as a little guy, if I amplify this post here, which I have done,
Uh-huh.
and you can see there's 219, is that 319 by 32 amplifiers, I get more coming back to me
Right.
because
Okay.
I'm getting a little chunk.
Now, does it matter like when you do it? So, like in Steam, if you're like do it within the first 20 minutes and that takes off, or with your amount and that takes off, they have a different kind of algorithm that picks that up, and you earn more Steam based on that curation. Still, it's similar. It seems like it's a similar curation model for.
It is, but I'm noticing that, and this is part of my experiment I'm doing. I've decided that I'm going to try that. I'm going to amplify these more higher profile, more popular posts
Uh-huh.
with the same exact amount and see what kind of returns I'm going to get back
Okay.
from them. But if you look on the screen there, you can see that I am the amount of posts I'm getting, and that one at the top there, well, second down from the top, you've earned post income for discovering 5 years from now an entity and wielding immense power centrally, like Facebook. 6.21 amps on that.
Okay.
That's significant.
Yeah.
So, and my others have been less, that they're less popular posts have brought back less to me. But what I've done is I didn't keep track in the beginning of, what I was amplifying. So I was using 10, 15, 5. So now what I'm trying to do is do a consistent 10 and see what the difference is.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I think this is a great platform. Both of these are really good platforms, different focuses.
Right. It looks like they're getting some traction. Some people are using both. So
Right. So
cool.
I expect to see your channel up on the LBRY soon.
Ah. Ah. I don't know how many content providing platforms I want to be on.
How many is too many?
As many as I have now is too many.
Okay. So how much money you're making off? Well, I'll take that question back. Are there any of them that aren't producing any money or any tokens or any kind of income?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I would say YouTube, but
So
YouTube is more of a repository, like it's more of a store place.
it's a hosting
Yeah,
site. And
and they
most
don't
of the
care.
time, yeah, and for people like me, um, that is not a money maker, or this is not a way for me to make money because I just haven't developed it, and I don't care for YouTube that much. I mean, they got a lot of great content. I mean, you can find almost anything on there,
Yeah,
but as far as producing any kind of income, it's going to be very challenging.
right.
So you can sync that YouTube to LBRY and maybe make some money on it.
I know. I'm gonna wait and hear back from you and see what
Okay.
happens.
Yeah, let me see how my sync goes
Yeah.
on there. And of course, we have our one favorite here,
Oh yeah. Pre-search.
pre-search, right? I'm up to 282.50,
My oh my oh my.
and the Brave browser. I did install the Brave browser, but I apparently they're not doing the ad thing yet. Do you know anything about that?
No, but I did see that Coinbase is pushing bat videos out for educational purposes. They're giving you BAT
That's cool.
resources.
Yeah, I thought about going in there and doing some of the training.
Yeah.
On the courses. So, I mean, so we have, let's say, Presearch, Hyperspace, LBRY, and Brave that we can try to develop some income on. So there's 4 platforms right there.
Do all of those have different exchanges that you can use to do it, or is there one that has all of them?
I haven't checked cross-referenced all those yet. I know there's quite a few exchanges that LBRY uses.
I saw libraries on Poloniex and stuff like that. That's good.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if they're all cross-referenced yet, but there's got to be some way that you can integrate those things together.
Okay.
Maybe, and I have the Monarch wallet. There might be a way to integrate it with the Monarch wallet. I'm still figuring that one out.
All right.
So I'm sitting here, I'm just trying to figure out ways to generate income. Oh, of course, there's Manna too. Manna is another universal basic income.
It is.
And so we're coming up on the clock here because you told me you got a hard
stop. Which is already passed.
So
let's jump to Bitcoin technical analysis, or whatever technical analysis you have for today.
Okay, let me find it.
And we're going to forego our shameless self-promotion, but let people know that these slides are available in the description. And you can look at those at any time. They're public on the web. You can also share them with folks. If you want to sign up on Coinbase, our reference links are in there. If you want to sign up on Mannabase, a very easy universal basic income platform, you can find our links in the slides. It's in the description for Vim, Steam, and YouTube, where you see them. And so,
yeah, that's the one I left out, Steam, for a platform as well. So I just wanted to see the Hyperspace amp. So I put that up there. Of course, it's pretty much followed the market.
Yeah.
With peaking and dropping. One thing I see here is the divergence, though, from the on-balance volume, the yellow line.
Right.
And the actual relative strength index. So it appears that people they're still buying AMP, but the strength of the AMP is dropped significantly. And as far as an upward turn, that could be a positive thing, because once the RSI gets down there, it's bound to turn around and come back.
Okay.
Nothing's down forever and nothing goes straight up.
Uh-oh. Bitcoin went down yesterday. It's back up today.
Yeah, and there is a down, and of course, look, there's a downturn in the market. So this is a CCI 30 index. I didn't take time to label it because I put it on there, I think, late last night. And so the market's looking a little weak right now, but you know what? That's okay.
It's okay. If you got it, buy it. If you have fiat to blow, get in.
Yeah.
Don't get in too heavy, though, because it still might go down a little bit before we get out of this bear market.
There's always that option to go in with one foot, wait and see what happens, and then jump in with the other if it goes goes south.
Yep.
Hedging your bets, guys.
Yep. All right, Chaz. Well, thanks for showing us those two. Thanks for the review or the update on Hyperspace and the introduction to LBRY. 2 cool content creation projects to keep track of, along with Steam. And we'll see you guys next week. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. This is Monring Coins with John and Chaz. We'll see you next Friday. Thanks for doing the slides and stuff today. I think that we're going to use that process moving forward. I'm going to change some things around on how the scenes look.
Okay, cool.
All right, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool. I will talk to you guys soon.